Hello and welcome to this episode of Alderon Acres. In today's episode, we're going to do the first inspection of this beehive for 2017 and see how they overwintered and how we're doing. First things first, let's see if I can focus in on where these girls are coming in at and the cracks. Sorry, not a professional filmmaker. We can get a good view here. There is a point to my madness. We're trying to see if we can see the girls coming in with pollen on their legs. If we see pollen, then that's a good sign that we have a laying queen. So just a quick tip there. Alright, that ought to be enough video in a larger screen to be able to tell if they've got pollen on their pollen baskets. Alright, let's get started with the inspection. Okay, you can see that I had some sugar on top of them to help them get through the winter. Let's go ahead and take that off and see how they're doing. I'm going to start over here on the right where there's no activity, less chances of crushing anybody important like the queen. This is a fair judge of their temperament because it's about noon, maybe 1 o'clock, beautiful 70-degree day. And so if they're terribly grouchy on a day like this, then they're probably a bit more aggressive type bee. Now we got room to work. So apparently we've got a fairly weak cluster that made it through winter. Let's see if we got apparently they're bringing in some fresh nectar, so that's good. Okay, so we've got some brood, obviously, so we got a laying queen. Fresh eggs. Also saw a small hive beetle. That's not something you want to see in your hive early in the spring. Well, that's not something you want to see in your hive anytime. So maybe I'll try some of those Swiffer type cloths and see if we can trap them. Now that's a nice amount of brood. So I see one, looks like one drone brood. And haven't seen the queen yet. Luckily they are bringing in quite a bit of nectar, so that's good. Looks like they're using the pollen as fast as they can bring it in though, because I'm not seeing any pollen stores to speak of. There's the remnants of my last cloth I had in there, some beetles stuck on it. That's a better looking bit of brood. Tighter pattern. Amazing I can have a hive that's this weak and this small and still not see the queen. Well, I guess the most important part of this inspection is the fact that they're alive, there's brood in almost all stages. I'll check this last one in case the queen's on here. A little bit of stored pollen on here. But still no queen. Here I thought I was going to be able to say, Mom always said it was in the last place you'd look, but unfortunately she must be hiding. Alright, I'm going to put this box back together. I'll go ahead and take the bottom box off because they don't need to have to take care of all this extra territory. Ordinarily I might almost put them in a 5-frame nuke box, as weak as they are, but we'll see how they do with me moving them down to just one box. That's going to confuse them. I guess we'll clean their screen bottom board off while we're in here. Alright, we will go ahead and put the sugar back on, since they're probably not going to make any honey unless they really kick it into gear. So the sugar will help them when it's, you know, cold and rainy and they can't get out. Interesting. I see these all the time on my beekeeping equipment. It's a bunch of baby praying mantis that are going to come out of there. So I keep those around. They're good for my garden. Alright, that's it. Not much to it. If you like the videos, like and subscribe and share. And if you have any questions, leave them below and I'll do my best to answer them.